Log. I wanted to make a vlog or a log on cybercrime and just my honest thoughts on cybercrime, and also to intellectualize my thoughts on cybercrime. So it's all linguistics, and the emotional response I'm examining right now in my conscious awareness is actually emotion, and it's not the words. Your emotional reaction to words can be hardwired and programmed, and that's a threat that needs to be analyzed and dissected intelligently by me right now. Is what I'm doing as an agent of VNZ, because cybercrime, it's really terrible. It's like the reason why empirical is like spherical in nature. It's like kind of like the concepts of atoms that can be found in the way we project theories into the world, essentially, or get them propagated like intellectually. And essentially, I feel as though it makes sense that psychiatry is actually like something that can be pen tested, and that pen testing psychiatry is probably going to be very profitable, and it's like a hacker improving a system, so as to make it better and more resilient, robust, and like good in nature, essentially, rather than being like a kind of vacuum that creates, I guess, generates debt, a lot of debt. And debt is a word, so in my theory of love, like everything that can be perceived as basically light, it's like energy, and that can be called love by a human being. It can be, and it can be useful as well, and I think it is useful to call that love in terms of being accurate. And I care about accuracy, like I care about being on point with things, basically, so to speak. So essentially, I feel like psychiatry is a very warped and decrepit kind of system. I guess it's a system, right? Which is useful for me because I'm not so, I haven't thought about it as a system so much. So that's useful for me to investigate intellectually. And in terms of system theory, what's the boundary? I guess that's my whole beef with psychiatry. There's no real boundary. They overstep the mark, and they use social pressure to maintain their grip on society. It's like none of them know sobriety. They're barricaded away, nestled away in this place where they escape the daily rat race, and they feed people with ideas like shame and fame. Meanwhile, I'm developing software all the time. Like, when is a software developer not thinking about software development? And is that what gets the software developed, or is it just the hip-hop? In terms of analyzing cybercrime, I feel like crime is a word, so it's positive in nature. And I think language is positive in nature because of intellectual discourse and the ability to put things under scrutiny to see if they can withhold and have the resilience, withhold the weight of the pressure placed upon their system in terms of boundaries and stuff. Yeah. But, it's interesting to me to exist in a world where I can use language and examine things intellectually, and hopefully I learn more Spanish. To be honest, I don't know how long this vlog is gonna go, but I'm having a good time with this vlog. So I'ma just maybe position things a bit differently, because in terms of IT, vlogging is pretty good to use as a technique for passing IT info to your IT, I mean. And it's like, well, information is valuable, and that's a good strategy. You'll probably get rich that way, or richer. I'm already rich. Anyways, knowledge and appreciation of life, liking auto hypnosis, and feeling alright about writing and using your mind, and just understanding that you can tap into positivity really easily by using auto hypnosis. And it's just like GG, easy games. One-way games, fun, easy games. That's better. That's better. Just covering my phone in the shadow of my board so as to keep it cool, because apparently, you know, what they say about heat, it's the battery killer, the phone killer. It's a chiller, or some shit. So yeah, I don't know, like, I guess I'm hoping to get to the bottom of crime in terms of that's my computer and that's her name. And so laws were made for me, and everybody else doesn't need laws. They can't even white girl type stuff, and so they just can't even. But in terms of reality and psychophysics, does anybody have some LSD they want to give me? Because I want to develop like lucid dream game software, and it helps. In terms of psychiatry holding back humanity, that's crime. Why is that crime? Now I'm thinking about my computer. Why is that crime? Well, it's linguistic in nature, and it's not actually a psychiatrist. So that's why it's a crime, because I'm thinking about my computer and it's linguistic. But I'm thinking about psychiatrists, and that's like how they inject these like linguistic mental concepts into your mind. And it's like linguistic thing, essentially. It's like controlling information and speech using, I guess, like systems, education systems. And it's like you have to protect these systems, because otherwise you get criminals. Like, for example, like I honestly think it's better to just suspect that all cops are cyber criminals, like because of the state of cybercrime. It's like, do you not think cyber criminals would attack these points in a society? Like there's like, imagine that. It's like, oh, how are we gonna fuck over this society? Oh, I know, attack the mental health system, attack the police, and like get in there, infiltrate, and just like use corruption to like force people's hands and like guide the force of those outfits. Like, I don't know, it makes sense. So in terms of giving a fuck, pen testing is good business for people who give a fuck and want to secure things. Secure things. Why am I not secure right now? Because I'm not enjoying acid, and I'm not enjoying cannabis, and I'm not enjoying magic mushrooms, and there's not fat, bassy reggae playing speakers right now. And it's like, where's the parties? And why is life not a party? It's like, because there's cyber criminals, aka psychiatrists, who are poisoning the information systems of the world. And that's all they do though. So like, in terms of like high caliber rounds like on site, like eradicate all psychiatrists, like that's not justified, I don't think, in a law sense, law-based society. Like, let's actually care about stuff. And so, but maybe a BB gun, like, you know, you identify some psychiatrists attempting to infect a piece of IT, like just BB gun them away, and it's like, no, get away from the USB port, no, BB gun. There's like a justified use of force. I'll police that. That sounds fun as fuck. I'll just be chewing gum, like vlogging and shit, and it's like, oh, psychiatrist, BB gun, BB gun. It'd be fucking crack up. Honestly, all cyber criminals are psychiatrists, and all psychiatrists are cyber criminals. It's like the informal way to call cyber criminals, to refer to them, psychiatrists, cyber criminals. So basically, I feel as though it makes sense to want to experiment with NLP and lucid dreaming, especially given my life experience and my experiences with the subject. My first-hand experience with lucid dream code, like NLP code. And psychiatrists are holding things up. Like, I just want to play lucid dream games. Can you fuck off? And like, can I enjoy mushrooms in peace? Like, what the fuck? Endocrinologist, what the fuck you want from this? I don't aim to astonish, bitch. Off the top, so exquisite, it's definitely inquisitive. How I feel, what I'm living with, I guess to them it'd be strenuous. They open mouth, I hear blemishes. Probably they're psychiatrists. Off the top, denying it. Their lucid style, meanwhile scripts, all they got. I have cash for this. Bits and code, snits and foes. So you know, so if you didn't know, keeping it control. So just to theorize, like, let's get this straight, like, so psychiatrist is the informal name for cyber criminals? Okay. And also, I pointed out recently that psychiatrists are also something else. I was hoping to ascertain it, I just hypnotized myself though, so that's all good. I guess I have better things to attend to. Offend you, attenuate, insinuate, deliberate, considered it, with written scripts. That seismic shit, that lifelessness, that agonist, antagonist, that dagger shit. Spit bars like this. Bud Law cocaine, Fly Honda shame, Black Cats can't hang. That ill boom bap, that shrimp cat trip, that do that shit. Not a do-rag, it's a snapback. Beyond Zero Explicit. So they say business is about survival. So it's not something I'd like to do. It's something I'm going to. And in terms of what they want from you, these cyber criminals, they want to basically make you think that linguistics is all there is, and they want to like desensitize you to your emotions. And they do this with oceans and oceans of kappa opioid receptors in terms of neural urge insight. And I just feel like that's why there's so many people in society I don't like, because as I'm existing, all they want to do is keep insisting and twisting, conniving. Like, I've been striving to analyze these things, and pen testing is awesome. So CSS, writing bars like, yes, it's fish, go test. Reading land comps, understand. 25 teams, $25 per person, $125 per team. Winner checks, for the competitive sport side of things.
I want my guitar. I'ma hop in my car. I'ma go down south. Yeah, bitch, I'll do it by myself. Hear this? Accumulate wealth. Preparedness, they do it all in stealth. I spit that swift buzz on your mind. Impressionistic and I label it sublime. Meanwhile, all they think about is crime. Spit bars and I'm feeling fine. I got the style, how I grind. Meanwhile, I just smile cause it's fine. Technical bugs. So what? I'm in love. All they feel is that I'm thug. I spit bars from the heart. I was like, about those clouds. They sorta is, sorta now. Continuum like how. Asking Christians bass loud. Down to make money, Nosh is funny, humorous like honey, right on bars like yummy, poop beer, shoutouts, eating like right now, food for thought, digesting, it is so refreshing. Where the fuck the cannabis, psychiatrists like Venus, beauty and more strenuous, what they prepare is guillotine. From the heart that Killer Jane reaches schemes like acetane, but again like petapane, pentapad like anti-man, going in on a whim, rocking that grin in the limb with the gremlins, but then again. Mate, I still think bug bounties are like they've got it wrong. That's why people are complaining about bug bounties and like the freelancer type shystiness of the whole shit. It's like, no, you relocate the bugs to the virtual software gardens. You don't hunt the bugs. The fuck? How far do you think humanity's gonna get with concepts like kill processes, execute processes? No, your groovy ass computer just wants to groove out and compute fun games. That's all it wants to do. Why don't you like IT? My CPU loves. So I found a bug. It's in the VLC Android app. If you deny permissions and then it hits you up to access permissions, and you select access to standard media, it just takes you to the option screen and it doesn't like let you select anything. At least I had a bug like, so I don't know if it is to do with the OS or maybe Android OS related, but anyways, it had permissions and it had notifications, and it was like they were both linking to the same page. So it's like to examine that as a bug, it's like in terms of contact, there's like a lack of conductivity in place, and it's like being impeded and prevented from connecting. It's like a short, but it's more like lack of potentiation ability, in a kind of capacitance sense potentially. And in terms of neurolinguistically identifying what is the equivalent of creative happiness in terms of being a hacker and addressing electroshock comparating to comparison psychiatry. And I'm not even making this for you, so I'm not happy with encrypting it to me. Bugs, what the fuck happened to my M4As? What the fuck happened? Is this dude a psychiatrist? Or is he using IT? I need to quickly call the mental health hacking check. Hi, can you inject this guy with paliperidone? I say please. Thanks.
Hello, hi, do you have the monies? The monies, did you hear me? The 10,100 monies? Please deposit the monies into my bank account, thank you.
What happened to my MP3s? I mean my AA questions. Actually, really, intellectually, what happened to my M4As? Did you know that some people say that repetition is in fact hypnotic in nature? Did you know that eloquence is really quite beautiful, as is nature? Did you know hypnosis is enjoyable and I love life plus actuality and existence as well? The fuck happened to my M4As? So, my theory is that I need to download some M4As on this phone. I'm gonna end this log and I'll log on this phone and play some M4As on this phone. Sweet. GG, easy games.